Alright guys, we just picked up a new project. It is a YZ85. It's a 2006. I got it for an okay, well, I'd say a pretty good deal. And it was pretty close, about 40 minutes away. The top end is bad, is what he claims, which I believe him because it's a Chinese top end. He said it was all good, and then he bought a Chinese cylinder, and it all went south from there. So I got it in hopes of thinking I could fix it up and resell it. So I'm on my way back now, and I will show you guys what all we got going for us. All right, we just made it home. We're missing the front number plate. The guy said his kid wanted to keep it as a souvenir, so can't blame him for that. We're gonna get this thing unloaded. I actually haven't tested to see if it's locked up. I have no idea. So I'm kind of going in, just hoping. Yeah, I've seen those on eBay. They're pretty cheap. They usually come in a pair, but they usually come with a Wiseco piston. It's got the OEM carb, so that's good. So we're gonna see what we get into here. Let's get her unloaded. There we go. All right. I like to square it up. I can be all lined up. You know, it doesn't seem to be too bad of a bike, besides the top end needing rebuilt, and hopefully that's the only thing. This is off. Spark plug cap. Okay, right after I unloaded it, I did see if it was locked up. It is not. Dang, this is hard to get on one-handed, but I'm gonna do it. All right. Oh, there we go. All right, got that on there. You know, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna try to start it. But like I said, it's not locked up. Compression, not great. But will it start? Let's find out. This is the first time trying to start it. Or well, I did give it a couple kicks, but the spark plug cap was off. So this will be the real first time. So the fuel's on, choke is on. Because I'm just curious if it'll fire at all. I mean, even though the top end's fried, from what he said, but let's see. Yeah, there's not much compression. It sounded like it just shot out air right there, oil or something. Unchoke it here. That was weird. Well, it is safe to say she will not start. It will not start. I'm not surprised, but I figured I'd try anyways. So now we're gonna see why it won't start. We're gonna look and see what this top end really looks like. I actually have plans tonight, so this bike is gonna have to wait till tomorrow. But before I close up shop, I have some YZ85 parts from previous bikes, and the front fender looks a little rough. It's missing the number plate, so I'm gonna look in my plastic box and see if I have any old YZ85 fenders that would work for this. This thing is probably gonna be full of spiders. It has been buried back here for a little bit. Let's see here. Not a big fan of digging around spider infested boxes. All right. Let's see. All right, guys, we got pretty darn lucky. We have a YZ85 front fender in here. I thought I did, but I wasn't for sure. This one is a little rough. It's cracking, and it's probably been in the sun, perhaps. This one's a lot better shape than that. This bike actually came with some more parts and a trash bag. So that's what we had in the bag and the bar pad. So probably gonna toss this spring up on eBay most likely. Maybe the plastics if they're nice under the graphics. Hopefully they are. Well, that's another thing. I don't know whether I'll keep these graphics. I really like the back ones, but I don't have a matching one for the front. So I could just get a full graphic kit for it later on. Not sure. We got a lot of things to figure out from here. I also discovered there is an hour meter on this bike. Looks like we're sitting at 4.2 hours for this engine. Okay. So yeah, 4.2 hours. I've actually never had a bike with an hour meter, so that's pretty neat. Hopefully that's accurate. I guess that kind of shows that this cylinder did not last very long. All right, guys, it's day 2. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of work on the bike. I think I'm gonna start with switching out the front fender because that's easy. And then I think I'm gonna look in the top end, look in the cylinder, see how it's looking in there, see how the piston and cylinder look, and see how bad it really is. Pop this bad boy off here. There we go, let's see if we can break them. All right, we got the old fender off. So out with the old, and ooh, in with the new. I just got rolled around on the floor. So, yeah, as you can tell, this one's a little rough. A little sun faded, cracked, got some stickers on it. This one, on the other hand, is in pretty good shape. All right, we got the new fender on. This fender actually is a little scratched up, but I think, well, it's not as bad as the other one, so it'll do. And it has a little bit of a bend to it. See if we can bend that back. But it is definitely better than that. So I just figured I'd toss that on there because that's easy. So now let's start taking this thing apart. See what's going on inside. Alright guys, we got the bike down to where we can finally open this engine up, the top end, and take a look at it. I pulled the spark plug out, and it smells like gas. I just figured I'd see if it smelled like gas, because I didn't even go through the procedures of trying to really troubleshoot in the beginning, because the seller claimed that it was the top end. So I'm trusting the seller. Hopefully it is the top end. It's a Chinese top end from eBay. It's a cheaper one, so it makes sense. So now we're gonna open this thing up and we're gonna see the damage, see how bad it really is. I'm gonna need a new cylinder regardless, because I think I'm gonna get an OEM one and either have it shipped off and honed out, or just try to, I don't know what route I'm gonna go yet, but I'm curious to see what's in this engine, or this top end, so let's find out. A quick look at it before I tear in a little deeper. I went ahead and drained all the coolant, and yeah, we're basically just down to the top end of this engine. I love 2-strokes because they're so simple, and they're pretty darn easy to work on for the most part. When it comes to just replacing top ends and such, it's just, you can take it apart real quick. You don't have to worry about timing chains. That's always a booger. They're just pretty darn simple. All right, I'm gonna roll on over here, and let's see, what size are those? I'm gonna guess 12s. Let's see. Am I right? Am I wrong? Ooh, there we go. All right. Fingers crossed. Well, actually, it don't really make that much of a difference whether it's really messed up or just a little messed up, because my plans to, well, I think just replace it all anyways. Oh, fingers crossed that the crank is good, because I do not want to split these cases because, well, first off, I don't have much experience in doing that. So that would be a learning curve for me and expensive, because a top end, it will be pricey, but it's not going to be like the worst thing in the world. If I had to buy a crank for it, those aren't cheap. And then plus just the time, and then I'd have to get gaskets and so on and so forth. It would just be best if I didn't have to worry about that. Okay, the head is coming off. Dang, the head is beat up pretty good. Look at that. A little rough in there. I'll show you guys what the inside looks like. All right, here's the top of the piston here. We got some damage up top. We'll go down a little bit. We got some scoring on the cylinder wall, and it is pretty deep. Like, wow, I can really like dig my nail into that. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is pretty darn. Ooh, let's see if we can zoom in here. Yeah, that's pretty deep. Let's see the other side. All right, we flipped around the bike here, and there's some more damage over there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing off so we can get a better look at it. But I'm not surprised with what I see in there. All right, so we got the cylinder off. I haven't taken the piston off yet, but I wanted to show you guys this gashing. I don't know if I'm even showing you. I was looking at it myself. That's nuts. That's deep. That is deep into the piston. I think maybe that's where our compression's going, as the rings are just, we got piston ring comes around, gets cut off, and then we have a little bit of piston ring, and then a gap, or a normal gap, and then we got the piston ring. So this piston ring has been chopped up. Dang, those are some pretty good gashes. All right, so we got the parts, or the top end, laid out on the table. We can do some more inspection here. We can get in some light, not too much light. We don't want to glare. Look at that. Wow. That's crazy. That's nuts. Dug right into the piston. Okay, not quite all the way through it. For a minute, I thought it was deep enough to go through it. Man, I don't know what happened here. It's like a whole bunch of stinking rocks have bounced around in here. That's I don't know. Wow. Let's see what the cylinder looks like here. Oh, we still got some coolant in it. Hopefully that towel catches it. You know, the cylinder has that one scratch right here that's really pretty deep. But other than that, you know, it's really not too bad. Really not too terrible. And then I thought this would be a Wiseco piston, but I am not sure what brand of piston this is. I'm not sure. Oh, no, this is a Chinese one. It's that brand. Niche. Or however you pronounce it. And then I also noticed the head is not OEM. The OEM ones have some print on top. So this is an aftermarket head, probably a cheaper off-brand Chinese one. So I think we just have a full off-brand top end that just worked like a cheap top end and ran for a little bit and then gave out. That's kind of my guess. So I'm out of time today, so I'm gonna call it a night, and I'm gonna order some parts. Well, I'm gonna do some research first, and then I'm gonna order some parts because I do have, believe it or not, I have a YZ85 cylinder, but it's not perfect. So if I used it, I would have to send it off, and it's actually in my room to hold pens and pencils. It's sitting on my desk, and it's been there for like, I don't know, a year and a half, just sitting there to hold, yeah, all my pens and pencils. I just drop them in there. So if that'll work for this, I'm going to donate my pen and pencil holder to this project. I don't know what I'll do with my pens and pencils from there. I could use this this messed up cylinder right here. So I need to look into that, and I will update you guys when I'm back at it. So thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll do a part series because I kind of just want to film the process of this because it's kind of cool. Or if I'll just put all this in one video. So we'll see. Sometimes these little clips add up and they come out to be a big long video. So we'll see. So thank you guys for watching. I know this is probably all over the place. I am nowhere near professional at any of this. I'm just kind of having fun. This is like my hobby. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the teardown. Well, not really a full teardown. Unless we paint the frame. See, I'm just coming up with things right now. I'm just brainstorming. Would I want to paint the frame black? I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. Something to think on. Black frame. We got gold wheels on here. And I'm not a big gold guy, but I was like, if we could do like black, blue, and gold, that'd look pretty slick. Because I'll get graphics sometime. I don't know what ones. We'll see.